Well, I'd already retired. I had all the time in the world, and suddenly, of course, the earthquake happened. I was still in the fort, and I don't know whether you know about it, but it was the most devastating experience for anybody outside Pakistan as well as within the country, of course. 80,000 lives were lost, and 400,000 families had been displaced. I mean, there was no way that anybody did not want to go and help, and I was obviously just one of them. I did not know what I could do. I had never done any humanitarian work. I had no idea whether architects could do anything at all. But I decided I had to go. Pakistan has gone through so many disasters that, when one has learned so much about people, or what you need to do with them, how do you save them, how do you design buildings which will be relevant. So I learned about how do you mobilize people, how do you do participatory techniques, how do you work with people who don't understand drawing, people who are not at all conversant with building. Yes, a lot of lessons there. But I think the best lesson I learned was to, again, work with women. Because again, an advantage. Nobody could go into those quarters, but I could because I was a woman. And so I got to know their travails. I got to know that they never had a chance to express their grief even, because they were so isolated. And, I never knew the kind of disparities and injustices that are there for that kind of people, that strata of society. Well, the strange thing is that if you don't know anything about things, if you're ignorant, then you don't feel that you're responsible. But I think the moment you know that there are injustices of all kinds, you cannot remain aloof. You have to do something. So I'm afraid I'm still there. Well, Makli, of course, came about, as I said, because of the intangible quality of the site. There are lots of beggars there as well, because of the shrines. And these beggars, you would think that they are probably okay because they just beg. They don't want to do anything. They've learned just to beg and survive. But if you look at what they get out of those soup kitchens, it's really just a pittance. It's nothing. Children are having these things which are totally unhealthy, and women in such a terrible state. So I've always felt that, conservation, of course, is such an important field, and you have such amazing experts who want to do it, or come and do it, and we all think that we are doing an amazing job. But where are the people who need to be involved? If you go to these sites, you'll get tourists, you'll get experts coming in, but no poor people actually knowing anything about this treasure that they are living with, or the ones that they've helped to actually create. So I've always felt that somehow we need to reach out to them and see what can be done with them. There were lots of women. And then, again, good fortune, we learned with one of these amazing conservation, this amazing monument called the Tomb of Sultan Ibrahim, which is again a fantastic, lofty, double dome structure, and has the most beautiful kashi, which is the glaze style. And so we were restoring it, and so it was a very challenging one because we had not known anything about kashi, what happens, how do you do it. So we had to learn a lot. And in the process, we learned how to actually produce kashi. And there, of course, I have again a note of gratitude for UNESCO, because they arranged for a whole training program. It's only 10 days, but they're really some amazing experts came, 2 of them, who came and we discussed about kashi as to how it should be produced. The idea was that the kashi workshops in other cities, which are famous ones for production, they will actually learn and do it. But somehow later on they refused. They said, we can't go through this whole rigorous way of doing things. So they declined. So I had to put up my own kilns, and we had to produce kashi ourselves. And we did that. Another question was, okay, we have these craftsperson who know it, a master kashigars. how do I spread it into the villages or into other people? So I thought of working with a group of beggars and women beggars. One woman called Karima decided to join us, and we taught her how to make these miniature tiles. So the best thing was that after a few months, she was selling those tiles at the same place where she used to beg. And not only that, but she started to train others. And that was the most amazing experience, that women were able to get involved in something that they've never been allowed to be anywhere close to all that. And so now we have these women who do the amazing, as you must have seen, the tile work that they do. And everybody stamps their name at the back. So they're all very proud of what they do. And also, I think what's important to see is that because the kind of work I'm now doing, and I believe in something called a barefoot ecosystem, because there's more of the poor than there are of the wealthy in many countries, especially mine. And I feel that they're the ones we need to reach out to. Most of the time, as architects, or most of us have been trained that we need to work for the wealthy. They're the ones who commission us, they're the ones who tell us, and that's how we produce our great works. So my question always is, what about the others? What about other humanity? Don't they need design in their lives? Don't they need that kind of help so that they can live better? And that's been the one that's, really because of my work in disaster areas, that I've come to understand that that's where I need to be. And I need more architects to be there. Because unless there are more people going to help them, how will they get better? So that's something. And then I've also seen that finally I've come to the conclusion, let me say, is that money is not the issue, or money should not be the issue. And money is not even needed. What they need is really expertise, knowledge sharing. I mean, Hassan Fateh is the one who showed us that you could design for the poor. He was the first one. Nobody had ever done it before. So for me, he's a guru, as is Vitruvius, because he's the one who's the lime, who taught me about lime, and about so many other things like fire and water and the alchemy that happens with material. These are the people that you learn from, that show you the path. Then it's up to you how far you want to go, because it's limitless. So the question is, I'm wearing a little bit, but what are architects doing then? The younger generation, I know, want to do this. So we need to make a place, we need to help them and nurture this process with them as to how they can go and help out. Because finally, unless we are able to reach out to humanity, and also, I keep on saying, heal the planet, whatever we do means nothing, really. However beautiful buildings we may design, how many, iconic structures we may build, if we've hurt the planet, is it worth it?
Now we are in Makli at ZC3, Zero Carbon Cultural Center. This is one of the largest structure in Pakistan, especially built for the training. Everything is built with the zero carbon material. There is no wood, no steel, no cement, local material, local skill, and local artisans we are promoting. Thousands of the shelter we built here, and thousands of the trainees we trained here in this center. This one is the totally idea of the Yasmeen Lari. This totally is built with the bamboo. There are panels inside in the wall in the panel, and we bend the bamboo for the dome. And inside and outside is the lime plaster. Inside is the fine plaster with the lime and sand, and outside is plaster is the lime and mud. And this is perfect insulation and also the lime proofing, waterproofing during the rain. Here we are in the first type of structure. This is the basic structure. These are you can see the panels are there. Panels and prefab panels, and also the prefab roof, umbrella roof. Roof is made with the bamboo, and for the waterproofing we use the thatch, grass thatch, and also the inside is the matting. This one is the duplication of the single unit. This is the 6 unit attached with each other. So we made it especially for the hospitality, and also built in the villages for the hospitality villages. This one is the veranda. This veranda And for the cross ventilation, you can see the windows, and you can see the inside and outside temperature because of the lime and mud, and also for the thatch roof. Floors are made with the local tiles. Tiles also made with the woman, the whole tile, and fired in the field kiln. There are two type of the kiln. One is the wood, and second one from the waste material like the dung and straw, and also the different type of the grass. Yes, now you can see that this one is the largest center of the Pakistan, which especially made with the bamboo, which width is 58 feet, height 24 feet, and width 80 feet. We in the structure we use the bamboo with the different type of the techniques. We use the vertical bamboo for the post. We use for the trusses, and also for the decoration. And the same bamboo we use with the different technique, with the different method, with the local skills. At the same time, you can see the production, and also this one is the training center, where we train the different community, flood affected communities, and also we train the different organization in training for the housing, training for the tile making, training for the jewelry, for the pottery. Once the people trained, they are working for the community, and they are earning from the community. This is the first time for the poor, by the poor.